Welcome to another tutorial. Thank you for staying tuned to my returning subscribers and to my new subscribers. I hope you learned something new today. Thank you for staying tuned too, and thank you for watching. We're going to be making different type of circle skirts. For your circle skirt, you're going to be needing your waist measurement and your full length. So my waist measurement is 32 and my full length is 30. And the circumference of a circle is going to be required here because the circumference will be representing your waist measurement. So we're going to be looking for the radius because we're going to use the radius to cut a full circle skirt and even any type of circle skirts in general. So this is me calculating the radius rather. I'm calculating the radius of skirts. So what you do is your circumference is equal to 2 pi r, and you're getting your circumference which is your waist measurement, which is equal to 2 pi r. So use 2 pi r to cancel 2 pi r, and your pi is actually 3.14. So you multiply, divide, and you get your radius, like so, like what I've done in the video. So once you've gotten your radius, this value is what you're going to use for drafting your circle skirt. So mine for waist 32, my radius is 5.1. But we are going to be using this value, this 32 divided by 4 equals to 8 for some calculations too. Because at the end of the day, once I draft my own measurement, which is radius 5.1, I'm still going to get the value of 8 at the end of the day. So calculating your radius first time will help you get the accurate measurement of a full circle. So this is me just illustrating how it will look like. So you make sure you fold your fabric into 4. I'm using the paper to illustrate this. I don't have enough fabric to use as a sample, but using the paper, this is how it's going to look like. Take the edge of the paper. From that point, you measure your radius. You take your radius from there and take it round like so. Then from that same point again, you take your full length of measurements. I'm just using this as a sample to illustrate how it will look like so. Make sure you add your seam allowances, add 50 seam allowances at the top, and also 1 inch seam allowance at the hemline. So you cut out. So this will represent the pattern for a full circle. And you're going to cut this, folding your fabric into 4. You're going to fold your fabric into 4. This is very important. This measurement is actually for a fitted waist. This is for a fitted waist. If you want it gathered, you are going to multiply your waist by 2, and you find your radius using the same method. If you want it pleated, you triple your waist by 3 if you want it pleated, and you find your radius from there. It's just a very simple method. Now we are going on to the half circle skirt pattern. Half circle, the standard value or the standard measurement or calculation you use is 1/3 of your waist measurement. 1/3 of your waist measurement. That's for me. My waist measurement is 32, so that will be 1/3 multiplied by 32. So I'll get 10.6. I'll get 10.6 for that. Now, if I want for this 10.6 is actually for a fitted waist measurement. Fitted half circle waist measurement. But if I want it gathered, I'm going to multiply my waist measurement by 2, or once I multiply my waist measurement by 2, then I'll find the radius using the circumference method. Or if I want to make it triple in terms of using it as a pleat half circle, I'll triple my waist measurement and find the radius from there. It's as simple as that. But this particular measurement I'm doing here, or calculation I'm doing, is for a fitted half circle measurement. So basically, this is how I'm illustrating it. So all you need is to fold your fabric into 90 degrees like this. Then from that tip of the point, you get your radius. Measure your radius. My own radius is 10.6. So from that point, you get your full length of measurement like so. This is basically how it will look like on your fabric. it will look like a triangle shape. Then from that, you get your radius and your full length of measurement. So this is me illustrating it in the paper, how it will look like on your fabric. So although this paper, the edges are not equal, that's why I could not extend it to the last edge. But this is how it will look like. Basically like a right angle. So from that tip, you measure your radius from that tip. My own radius is 10.6. You have to find your own radius. Whatever radius you get, you measure it from that tip across to the ends of the paper, like so. So from there you get your full length measurement, your desired full length measurement from that line. Please remember to add your seam allowances both top and bottom, because you're going to be adding your waistband at the waist and you're going to be hemming at the ends of the skirt. So please do add your waist measurement, your seam allowances at both sides. So this is a very simple method and simple calculation. Please do draft and construct your calculations properly. Write down your calculations properly before you draft it on your main fabric. If possible, do it on a paper or a pattern down, then keep it for any other future projects that you have. So this is how it will look like. So your half circle skirt is ready. Please don't forget that this is actually an illustration, but on your main fabric, you're going to be folding to the edges of your fabric and to form a triangle, a right angle. So this is how it will look like. You got your radius and your full length of skirt. So this is basically how it will look like. Your half circle skirt. You are going to be cutting this in two. So this one can only represent the front and back. I'm going to be cutting this in two folds. Remember, this is for a fitted waist measurement. Fitted waist measurement. Your half circle skirt is ready. So for the next one, we're going to be calculating a quarter of a circle skirt. A quarter of a circle skirt. Basically, it looks like a A-line skirt in general, but much fuller at the hem region. So a quarter of a circle skirt is really 1/16 of a circle. 1/16 of a circle, and that means you're going to be using 1/16 of your waist measurement. 1/16 of your waist measurement. So you'll be taking your radius. Remember, I told you we are going to be using the radius for calculations. That's your quarter measurements of your waist. So mine is 32 divided by 8. So 32 divided by 4, which should give us 8. Sorry about that. 32 divided by 4, which should give us 8. That's the value you're going to be using to calculate quarter of the circle. But the formula of this is 1/16 of waist. So your quarter of your waist multiplied by 16. So mine is actually 8 multiplied by 16, which is 128. Now that value, I will use it to find the radius. Remember, is circumference. All of them are circumference. So all we need is the radius of each of these circles. So after multiplying 8 by 16, I will find the radius of that value. So 8 multiplied by 16 is 128. I'll find the radius of 128, which is 128 divided by 6.28. Which will give me 20.3. The numbers might look big, yes, because it's actually a quarter of a circle. So this is me showing you how you can actually place it on the fabric and cut, how you can fold your fabric. So you fold your fabric slightly more of like a bias form or a A-line form. So you place your pattern on your fabric and cut. Please do not fret if you find out that the waist is actually very large. That is how it's supposed to be. That is how it's supposed to be. And the hip measurement might end up being too small. Please do not, please just try and add more. Make sure, not even try, make sure you add enough allowance at the hip line, because you find out that your hip line is actually very small when you are drafting this type of quarter circle skirt, because it looks more like an A-line shape. So I would suggest you do this on the paper first before you do it on the fabric. So do measure your radius. My own radius is 20.3. When it's folded, definitely to give you 10.1. So you mark your waist, you mark your hip. If you find out that your hip is smaller than your actual hip on the drafting, add more allowance to the hip line. Please be on the safer side. Then you draft your full length and your quarter circle skirt is ready. This is me just telling you that the hip measurement can end up becoming small, so make sure you add more allowance at that hip measurement too. So you mark your full length and your quarter skirt is ready. For the next calculation, you're going to be making a 3/4 skirt, circle skirt. This one is the full, like semi-full circle skirt. It's just the difference is just removing a quarter of the circle out of the full circle skirt. And the formula for this is 3/16 of your waist. 3/16 of your waist. And we're going to be using our quarter waist measurement, which is what, 8. That's my waist divided by 4. 32 divided by 4 is 8. Divide it by 3. Divide it by 3, which is equals to 2.66. Now multiply 2.66 by 16, you get 42.72. Now this value is what you're going to use to find the radius of the 3/4 circle skirt. So basically finding the radius will be 42 divided by 17 divided by 6.28. So whatever value you get, that will be your radius. Whatever value you get will be your radius. I hope the calculation is not too confusing, but it's pretty straightforward. 3/4 of a circle, you use 3/16 of your waist measurement. That's it. Once you find the radius, this radius, mine is 6.8. This radius is what you're going to use to draft the 3/4 of the circle skirt. Like so. And the value you get for the quarter of your waist, that's 32 divided by 4, is what you're going to use to draft both your half circle, your quarter circle, and your 3/4 circle. So it's very important. I'm just trying to illustrate how it will look like, or how it is on the circle, actual circle. So imagine you dividing your circle into quadrants like that. So you're going to just be needing 3 of those quadrants. So that represents 3/4 of the circle skirt. So it's full but not too full like a full circle. It's full but not too full like so. So you're going to just be removing a quarter of that away. So I want to just illustrate how it will look like when you are cutting it on the fabric. So fold your fabric into 2 wide. Make sure that it's going to be enough for you to get your length. Then from there, fold it again into 4 to get the middle part, like so. So from that midpoint, mark your radius, the radius that you've calculated. So mine, I'll be marking 6.8. I'll mark it round from that midpoint. Mark your 6.8 from that midpoint, round, like so. Please don't forget that this is actually for a fitted waist circle skirt, fitted waist circle skirt. If you want it gathered or if you want it pleated, make sure you multiply your waist by 2 if you want it gathered. Then whatever figure you get, find the radius from there. If you want it pleated, you can triple your waist by 3, then find the radius from there. It's all the same. You're going to get the desired result. So connect the lines after you've marked your radius. So from that new line, mark your full length, your desired length of the skirt. So this material. I'm just using it for illustrating, just to give you a picture of how it will look like when you're actually drafting it on your own fabric. So marking the full length of skirts here. Please don't forget to add your seam allowances both at the waistline and at the hemline. Please don't forget that this is actually for a fitted waist measurement. Like I said, if you want it gathered, multiply your waist by 2 and find the radius of that value from there. So once it pleated, multiply, triple your waist by 3 and find the radius from there. So as you can see that I actually stopped at a quarter away from the full circle. So that's where you're going to stop when you are drafting your full length. When you're marking your full length, you stop from there. So another method for you to get this is actually combining your half circle and your quarter circle measurements together. If you have the pattern ready, combine your half circle and your quarter circle together, and you can get your 3/4 from there. So you cut out your shape. So this is how it will look like at the end of the day. Looking like a high-low circle skirt, but it's not. So this is how it will look like on your fabric. This is for a fitted waist measurement. And please do check your waist from there and make sure it's actually your exact waist. Even if it has little allowance, that one should go around the zip side. So this is basically how it will look like your 3/4 waist circle skirt. It's full but not too full, but it's very beautiful when it's drafted as a gown or a skirt. So these are all your calculations. Please do note that you're going to divide your waist by 4, and that value is what you're going to use to get the radius of circle skirts. I hope you learned something new today. Please do like, share, and comment. Any confusion or any way you do not understand, please do notify and comment. I'll try my best to respond. Thank you so much for watching.